This video will go over how to import a service technical area. So if you have service reps and you want to show territories of the areas that they cover and they service, this is how you can bring that information in. So the first thing I'm going to show you is my spreadsheet that we're going to pull in, and this is a territory import file. We're going to use zip codes, and we're also going to have the territory name column. And basically, just in a nutshell, if the service tech name would be next to each of the zip codes that they cover, and if they all have the same name, they're going to be filled in with the same color. We also have states and counties, but we don't really care about that for this example. So I'm going to just minimize this for now, and we'll pull back up MapBusinessOnline. And we want to look to our Create Territories button. It's a little red puzzle piece with the green plus sign. We're going to choose that top option. The wizard walks you through how to import this spreadsheet file, and this first screen is just an example of what a spreadsheet would look like. All a territory file really needs is a zip code column if you're doing it by zip code, and a territory name column for that example. And so all we do is we just browse to wherever our data is. And I'm going to pull in this New England Service Company territory file. I'll click Next. If you have multiple sheets, you should choose a sheet that you want. And we just make sure that the zip code column is identified correctly. You could leave states if you want to, but I'm going to just leave it as none. And also put counties to none, so we're just going to be looking at that zip code column. I'll click Next, and then we'll click Next to creating territories. And from this pull-down list, I want to make sure that my territory name column was identified correctly. If you have the word territory in it, then it should be. And so we just click that Create Territories button, and it's just going to automatically fill in those zip codes based on that data in the spreadsheet. So anytime you pull in data, the data window pops up. And if you close out of it and need to get back to it, we just click on this little thing that looks like a calendar at the top. And from here, you can do things like change the color. So if you didn't like the color yellow, you can click on a little box here and change it to something else. You can also click on this little data window, and it'll swing you over to the zip codes that are in that coverage area. You can also get there from this pull-down list here. If you decide that you want to trim up some of the information in the data window, we have this Choose Columns button here. So let's say that we wanted to get rid of columns like this filler and counties and states. We can click Choose Columns, and everything on the right-hand side is what appears in the spreadsheet, and everything on the left-hand side are pieces of information that you can add to it. So I'm going to just highlight some of these. Click this left arrow to make them go away. Click Set Data Columns, and now I have a more tidy view of that spreadsheet. If you decide that you want to be able to see through the area, if you wanted to see some of the underlying street data, we now have a territories line in our map and data box, and if we click on that little settings gear, it opens up a larger box called Manage Map and Data, and this is where we can go to change the look and feel of our map. We have a transparency bar under the General tab, and if we swing that maybe to the middle, maybe 40 or 50%, we can start seeing through, so that when we zoom in, we'll be able to see street level detail. I could also, if I would choose to, I can choose to hide internal boundaries if I want it to be more of a seamless view. And so this will show the coverage area for each of those individual service techs. If you have any questions, please let us know. And our website is mapbusinessonline.com. Thanks and have a good day.